to reap the corn and live where I was born. Oh no. I cut the stout black thorn for to banish ghosts and goblins. Brand new pair of rocks to rattle over the bogs and frighten all the dogs on the rocky road. No, 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 no. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, a crater health behemoth. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oop. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wait, isn't this broken? Oh, it's creatures. Oh. Still, though. It could be like a turn 4 Atraxa. In Molden God that night, and I rested limbs so weary. Started by daylight, next morning bright and early. Took a drop of the child. Oh yeah, Young Pyromancer. Yeah, token generators with spells. Goes infinite. I thought we had Rite of Flame. How do you... most of the spells in this set. Well, I can't craft it anyways. Rite of Flame. Urabrask? Omniscience? I think Omniscience is castable here, which is funny. Stupid draw 7 that only one player ever had top decked in my life. I don't know how to filter to blue efficiently. It's not really a good way to do that. I don't think that's necessary, though. I don't think it is. Whenever cast an elemental, ugh. Well, I guess it has to be cast, otherwise you just go infinite Young Pyromancer. Roaming Throne? Yep. Maybe Portal to Phyrexia. Orvar? Maybe. I don't like Ashling's command at 5 mana. Not really. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling this thing. Tarfire's it's a goblin spell. What's Mystical Tutor doing? So far, not much. I can't really delve. Maybe I can delve. Yeah, instant return this creature's owner's hand. Oh, okay, oh, that works. Elemental Mana Rock. Mana Dork. This isn't. I don't know about that. Well, maybe. Sure. Seasoned Pyromancer. Eh. Well, I don't have it. I can't craft it. Wait. Oh, yeah, it's the egg is an elemental. Hmm. I don't know if discounting elementals is a good idea, but like Urza's incubator and stuff, naming elemental, that doesn't. I don't know. Get the mythic cards or something? Oh boy. Well, there it is. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. Alright. We'll see if it's in that donation. What would that be? How much is that? What? How do you buy gems in this game? Oh. 3,400. Can you not? Oh, there's right there. So surely it's in the first 10. Come on. Oh! Oh, yes. Look at that. Wow. Beautiful. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. Well, now I have to craft it. Or commit it. Shoot, what was it called? I got the best kinds of mythics. Now we just have to actually cast it. Well, is there a... No, it's Idyllic Tutor. Man. I can't... Well, I guess red helps me cat... Why is the... Oh, the lands are being weird. So... Fabricate... Like... The One Ring? I don't know if this is a Paradox Engine One Ring deck. It could be. This is a 4-mana commander. Could be. Maybe not. Also, maybe not bribery either. Or gamble. Godo? Helming my commander is good. We have a lot of red mana. Oh yeah, this is a Godo deck. Okay. Can actually use Helm. My table just so messed up. Gotta get a new I gotta get a new everything. Let's be real. New chair. New table. Yeah, but the colorless things are easy to cast with Rite of Flame. So maybe it's stuff like Spirited Spaghetti. Displacer Kitten? What does that do? What am I not saying? I'm not... Can't be blocked by... Oh, this doesn't have hex... I thought this had, like, hexproof from blue. Like the green one does. The green one, I think, has hexproof from black. This one just can't be countered. Which is kind of funny, because I don't know any blue deck that would ever reasonably counter this deck, or this card. They just be like, alright, you can have your Lightning Mare. Yeah, what is Displacer Kitten doing? What do we do? Fury? That's kind of weird. Null Drifter stuff? My commander? I guess? Right? Because it sees itself. So you can have, like, infinite Rite of Flames. Into... I'm not quite sure. Some random goofy X spell. I didn't realize it sees itself. That kind of slowly turns it into a VV deck, unfortunately. Or old VV, where you just like flicker it and get mana. Well, no, you don't flicker a VV. What am I talking about? That's not the same. Actually, what Storm Commander do you flicker for value? Is there one? Illuge. Ah, that's it. Illuge. I can make tokens, I guess Grape Shot. I really don't want to play Grape Shot, though. Did you know I played the coin flip Ral a couple days ago off stream, and I lost 12 coin flips in a row, and then I died. 12. I counted them. I really wish I had been recording that. I was at 20, and I went to 8, and then I died. And it never flipped. Couldn't believe it. Although I guess I should believe it. I am me. Still haven't won an invert polarity flip, so... 4-minute elemental that copies the triggers of elementals. Roaming Throne? There's another Roaming Throne? Might actually do. I don't even know. I'm scared to do the math of 12. It's like 50, 25, 12.5, 6.25, 3.125, 1 point something, 0.5, 0.25, 0.035. Yeah, well, actually, it does become impossible. Or one would think it would have been impossible. But I was at 20. Tried to storm off in a mono red deck. And Ral hit me 12 times. And then I had to pass and just died. What's a sorcerer's roll? If I had a flyer, that would be lethal, I guess. I might actually just want to craft subtlety. I don't normally like subtlety, but this is a deck where it is effectively a free spell. I mean, we did just rip 2 mythic cards. I might as well have it for the rest of my life now. Why am I not seeing it? What card are we talking about? Twinkle Tyrant? Twin Flame? Oh, this is Foundations. This isn't Lorwyn. This isn't a copy. I need names, people. Names. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Wait. This doesn't copy. This creature enters, return all non-elementals. Well, you would like to return your elementals, though, wouldn't you? So you could recast them? I mean, it's a cheap bounce thing, I guess. Kind of, sort of. It's okay. It's a pretty crazy autocorrect Twinkle Tyrant. Oh, sounds adorable. I don't know if I could play a card named that. So the Delve cards still get in the way of my stuff. Yeah, I don't think I'd play Twin Flame Tyrant. Twin Flame Travelers? We'll get there eventually. We'll do it eventually. All right, we finally did it. Sure. It does kind of feel like another Roaming Throne, so why not? I could run Essence Flux. Yeah, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Yep. No midnight clock, actually. All in the very month of May, from me home I started. I don't have a way to give this trample, which is probably not a realistic thing to even want to do in the first place. Let's say you had Infinite Rite of Flames, this, so 1, 2, 3. It's another 4-card combo. Should probably just avoid those as much as I'm not playing Ashling's Command. I could play Molten Duplication, Dualcaster Mage. I can get in here somehow. How do I get to them? I kind of don't get to them unless I'm specifically drawing my entire universe. Do I have Seagate? I do. Mono red spam. Yeah, that's interesting. Could go that route. I don't know if I like it too much though, because there are like some pretty useful blue things. Some fairly useful blue stuff going on. Roaming Throne is $60. Yep. It's like Golos. It's just the like best thing at everything. So it's like, oh, Golos is the best Eldrazi commander. Golos is a fairly solid sliver commander. Golos is a really good control commander. Maybe not an aggro deck, but I mean, he can find you the ultimate aggro land, so there you go. There's always a way. It's like goblins. You can just make a goblin deck of anything. Heat Shimmer? Well, that's unfortunate, having just crafted Molten Duplication. And then never hearing of it. Oh, I thought it was a mythic. I was about to throw something. Create a token as a copy of target creature, except as... Hey, wait, why is this better? What? This costs 2. It's the same exact card. Are we gonna do that? There's no way to get to it. Oh, you can target your opponent's creatures instead of... I don't think that's a big deal though. That's not. You could run both. I mean, there's like 3 cards that cheat with it, so... The text it has sacrifice matters more than sack? I don't know what that means. Yeah, I don't know. I think Molten is still better. I still think Molten's better. It's exceptionally uncommon to not have a single creature. In fact, every time I've had both cards in my hand, I have had the ability to do it. But I suppose if it ever happens, now that you've brought it to my attention, I'm sure it will happen, but it hasn't happened yet. You can try it, sort of, kinda. There's just no way to get to these cards. They're just in there, and I have to find them. I almost would... Yeah, there's no way to... I don't think this is a combo deck like that. I could run Grape Shot as a way to, like, win when doing things. Also, the cantrips could just be exile return cards. Or at least the 1-mana ones. Maybe no Force Spike. Mm-hmm. 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 Could run the Fling land, so I could Fling Kiln Fiend. Flood of Tears. Yeah, that one's kind of interesting. It is double blue. Probably shouldn't be a big deal, though. I could, like, run out of blue when I return everything. Yeah, if you're playing, like, no creatures, maybe Celeste. Celeste would play the 3-mana Molten Duplication, I guess. There was already a 3-mana... I think Heat Shimmer already existed. It was just a different 3-mana card, whose name I don't know. Because it's what I had to use. I'm gonna take out... Could take out one of these, like, really questionable... Also, what is it? Kazmandu? Kazul. I suppose I remembered that. That's true. All I need is Omniscience in my hand. And then Flood of Tears could do it. It's still... It's like, what is it? 5 permanents? Is it 4? Or is it like... What is it? It might be just too many. Where is it? There it is. 4? Yeah, 4 is realistic, I think. 4 is probably possible. Kind of. They don't have to be creatures, right? No. I played this in Golos only because I had Field of the Dead zombies. Because Golos gets Field of the Dead every game. And then you could just Flood of Tears and have enough zombies where you just like, oh, hey, look at that. I win. I can't, like, Flood of Tears Godo, because I probably won't have the mana to then equip Helm. I don't know. Is it good? It's like, it's just weird. I don't have a lot of crazy... It's the Sunder Flock that returns my own stuff, which is nice, I suppose. It's been a minute since I played that. Oh, Electro is only yours? Okay. Never mind then. Runaway Steam Kid is only red spells. I almost want the blue medallion. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, it is literally built for this commander. It came out in the same set. Does it make sense? Trying to spam Rite of Flame. I think. Oop. Copy his spell. I guess. What does Ashling actually do? I didn't read this. Hmm. Hmm. I mean, I could play the One Ring. That is a good card. I think it's better than the Spirited Simulacrum, actually. I can see how maybe... Still, though. The red min is fine. It's just like... I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It's bound to work out, as many things totally do. Mizzix's Mastery... You don't really want to lose your Rite of Flames and stuff. Like, you're just going to flash back a bunch of Rite of Flames that aren't in your graveyard. so it's not really that exciting. I'd probably play Underworld Breach instead. Although that's almost the same issue, more or less. I'd rather really just not touch the graveyard that much. I already have Dig Through Time and stuff. Which might just be too much. How come we don't have a red-blue Uro yet? Why can't I just have everything in every deck? I just want Uro in every deck ever. Alright, well, let's start here. This, oddly enough, seems like another commander that could go in fairly two different directions. Like some kind of mono-red storm thing, although you have to, like, trigger it, and it might be a little bit too difficult to do that in mono-red, but apparently it's possible. So 4 mana 3/3, Prowess, Trample. Okay, I didn't actually even see that. I didn't see that. I should probably read stuff before I start making decks. I did not see that part. It has Trample and Prowess, so it could itself just swing for lethal if you go infinite. Okay. Well, anyways, whenever it enters or you cast an elemental, you get a Rite of Flame or a Take Inventory. And then they give you more red and more cards, given how many are in the graveyard. We don't have Rite of Flame, apparently. I thought we did, but apparently not. At least I can't find it. We do have Take Inventory, though, so you just run one in your deck, I guess. But if I find myself just going for Rite of Flame all the time, so I can explode and win with, like, Omniscience, weird lines, then maybe taking this out makes sense. But like I was saying, mono red could kind of have a hard time with triggering this. I'm not super stoked about just like the exclusively red things that would trigger this, because they have to be elementals. It's not like I can just play Ragavan. Ragavan doesn't like trigger anything. But apart from that, you have ways to go infinite, like Displacer Kitten. So you cast Rite of Flame, you flicker this, you get another one, and then, you know, suddenly you have 10 bajillion red. You can play a spell or a card that, like, pokes your opponent for 1 damage each time you cast a spell. But I would like to just stick with the things that are particularly terrifying upon having displayed infinite red mana. And not... Or no, rather, good cards outside of... They're only there for a combo. I'd rather have a card that is good outside of a combo. With that being said, I don't know if Kiln Fiend is very good, but it is an elemental, so I can cast it. But see, the thing is, these elementals show up like before I would cast my commander, so maybe I don't even cast this until my commander's already in play or something like that. It feels kind of weird, but I don't think I'm reasonably killing someone with this. Just like the other deck, I have to run weird goats that are like really not good to have this do anything, and this is the same with elementals. I have to play like weird elementals. I did craft Subtlety finally crafted it, but there's a second Roaming Throne that's an elemental, which is kind of cool, I guess. I don't know, this isn't as enticing as the Goat Storm nonsense was, but we'll see. We shall see. It is a 4-drop, and I don't have mana rocks. I don't know. We'll see. I don't have much to say. I need to play with it for a bit. I can do both my quests. Beautiful. Oh, wait, what's this? Bring your Brawl best of 1. Modified metagame? What is that? Noah Johnny? Stitch in Tithe? Stitch in... Huh? Words? Stitch in Time? Past in Flames? Well, again, you cast a... If you cast a Rite of Flame from your graveyard, it's not in your graveyard anymore. So you get, like, less... You get less each time. Which is why I don't want to touch my graveyard, really. I don't know, I'm more concerned about actually having my commander in play and then proceeding to untap and cast an elemental. That's That's kind of where I'm thinking right now. Wow, that was the fastest minute of my life. Wow, that was a 57-second queue. I swear it felt like 17 seconds. That was weird. Well, like, I ceased to exist for like 30 seconds there. What is this, Terra? Well, that hand doesn't really do anything, does it? I have a Tail's End. Do I have the Surveil land? Please tell me I do. Did I do something right for once? I did. Okay. Well, that's probably one of the best cards I could have asked for on the top of my deck right now. That's pretty cool. Oh, I guess nothing matters. Just the old auto loss in turn 1 to the Exploration that I can't really do anything about. Cool. Nice Exploration. I'm just gonna concede to Exploration. If anyone plays it today, I'm not gonna waste my time. I'm not in the mood. I drank too much yesterday, I can't do it. I don't have it. I don't have it in me. Also, to be fair, I think I did genuinely just lose that game. so there's that. Yeah, it's another deck where I just really wish it was green, and it would be so much better. Oh, it would be so much better if it was a Teamer Commander. Oh, it'd be so much better. It'd be, like, insanely better. And it could still do the thing it wants to. It wouldn't just be like a mono green deck. It could, like, actually do what it wants to. It'd be kind of nice. It'd be like Iroh. Iroh's really the only example. Oh, no, there's flubs. I can't forget about the Flooby boy. Alright, we're on the draw against a green deck, and I don't have a 1 or 2 drop. So I don't think I can keep this. By the time I would cast one of these, I would probably have already lost. I mean, I guess I could draw something. I actually only watched, like, the halftime show and then bits and pieces of the actual game. Because I was sitting in the dining room playing board games. Okay, well, I have something to do on turn 2. That's pretty exciting. Did they mulligan? They did? They went to 5? Well, if I knew they were going to do that, I would have blitzed for like a lightning bolt. To kill what I assume is a 1-drop that you mulligan for. No, they didn't do that. Interesting. Alright, let's play it tapped. Most don't want to play that, but I'm probably just going to play it. Oh, look, it's Exploration. Wow. I wonder what my opponent mulliganed to 5 for. Alright, well, it looks like they don't have more lands because they played Exploration. Okay, this doesn't make a lot of sense. If you had that many lands, you should have just channeled this. That made, like, literally no sense. Oh, I didn't play the red source! Oh, I didn't play the red source. I'm dumb. Whoops. I'm an idiot. Alright. Well, maybe I can still do stuff. If they don't draw 55 lands in a row, we can probably play the game. That's always appealing. Playing Magic. So I'm told at least. Yep. Well. Let's get Rite of Flame. Does my opponent know? Oh, they do. Kind of wish they didn't know. There's not much I can do about that, though. They mulligan to 5 with a bunch of lands and Exploration. And then then they found Nissa. And now I lose immediately upon them finding a whatchamacallit? So 1, 2, 3. It doesn't do anything, does it? No, it doesn't. I can't cast the One Ring. Alright, well, don't draw fetch land, please. Opponent finds fetch lands. Great. Get you a fetch land. Amazing. All of this is because of a fetch land, by the way. What cat? Why are we talking about a cat? What do we... This thing? Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Yeah, I guess I could have done that. I don't think that matters too much. I would pass the turn into this anyways. Cool. Mulligan to 5. Fun. I too like ignoring my opponent and playing solitaire, where I just mindlessly mulligan for exploration. And then top deck perfect cards. My opponent had no cards in their hand. They had no cards in their hand, and they just top decked literally exactly what they needed. You got it. Okay. mulligan to 6 this time. Okay. What does that do? Treasure token? Alright, I'm gonna, I guess, do something similar. I think I get Rite of Flame here. I've never seen this before. I guess it has Death Touch, and it's like a way to trigger your commander. Okay, well, let's do this for an island. Can they see the same cards again? No. Alright, so they can't see these. Well, why do I want the cat mana? I want the 2/2. I want it untapped. I don't always have to spend all my mana every turn. I don't want to cast Rite of Flames. So let's cast... Okay, so I'm not going to cast Sunderflock. I guess because they didn't swing, it's more appealing to do this. Like, they didn't show me an answer. Like, now I feel more comfortable tapping this. And then shuffle one of these away? Maybe I should have been grabbing take inventories here. I could just get rid of Sunderflock. Again, I really do not want to cast it, so... I have a fairly large storm here. Maybe Grape Shot can just hose enough in play that they'll just give up. That's funny. I guess it's free, might as well just put it in play. Maybe I should be grabbing... No, 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 no. We're at this point, I'm just gonna, like, Grape Shot. For a bunch. And I suppose I'll keep the counters on the Steamkin, because I don't need the mana for any reason. Does it stop getting counters? It does, okay. Cast or copy? It's cast. Alright, so we have Grape Shot for 9. I'm just gonna Grape Shot for 9, so 1... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then they take 2. And I'd rather not swing, so they don't get their commander back. But this is not a lethal Grape Shot, but they're kind of just totally out of the game that I think this is worth it. It probably is worth it. If I were to go back in time, though, I probably would have just been grabbing take inventories and not these Rite of Flames. Because I could have easily drawn like 1,000 cards this game. I mean, really stopping with the Witness Protection was huge. Alright, I guess my opponent's over. It looks like it was the right line. Certainly faster than take inventory would be. But I think they would just get drowned in cards if I had done that instead. Well, they lost their ability to respond to this, so I guess I just kill their commander now. Because my opponent baby raged over the Grape Shot there. And now I can swing, because they can't block. Like, I was probably not going to swing and give them their commander back. Well, that's, again, they actually have no mana. Yeah, we could probably just swing for 10. We could probably just do that. Well, that was a reason right there to have not tapped the cat the turn prior. If that last turn was any example. Here's a spot where, like, maybe Omniscience, maybe I should take it out, actually. We're not really an Omniscience deck, I don't think, now that I'm seeing an actual game where I didn't lose to Exploration and I could play the game. I feel like maybe I'm not an Omniscience deck. There are some lines where it's good, but, like, maybe there's a lot where it just isn't. The casting cost isn't really the issue, though, in my opinion. It does, like, kind of win, you know. It does win. Yeah, these... that's another thing that looks a bit goofy. Is delving away my Rite of Flames and take inventories. Okay, so the two things I was talking about while my opponent was busy baby raging sort of happened, where, like, Delve looks funny and Omniscience looks funny, or would have looked funny. So let's look at the deck again. I mean, it's not like Omniscience is bad, but if it's only good when you have, like, a critical mass of things, then I don't like it. And maybe these Delve cards can go. Yeah, Prowess Trample can be nice. I mean, it does tack on damage. It isn't cast or copy, which is unfortunate. It'd be nice if it, like, saw Storm, but that's, like, super specific. It's not a big deal. What's another... I don't think I like Banefire. Is there a Banefire that hits everything at the same time? That's a Jund card, isn't it? It's like Lava Surge. It's like Jund mana in X. Deal X to each creature and target player. Something like that. But it's like a faceless agent, except it's not an elemental. That's funny. I mean, it came out with the set. It did. You know what I should do is just actually look at the cards in that goofy alchemy set, so I can stop being surprised by these cards. I have like most of them in here. Oh yeah, what does this do? Choose a creature type, and then yeah, it's Cavern of Souls, except it isn't. But it does find them. I'm gonna try this land. It's a rare. That's reasonable. I'm gonna try that card. I think this one's interesting. This one's also kind of interesting. It's triple blue, though. Yeah. When a merfolk deals control? Wow. So it's a ponder and a land for merfolk decks? That's actually pretty good. What does this do? Oh, right, yeah. Okay, well. I suppose the next question is, do I want mana rocks? Probably. I really, really just feel very strange playing 4-mana commanders and not having the ability to play it on turn 3. It feels awful. But, I mean, you're just filling your deck with mana rock. Maybe I don't have to run a bunch of them. I can run, like... Which medallion is better? I could play both medallions? That's weird, isn't it? Yeah, that is weird. Oh, there's a lot of colorless cards. Okay, maybe no medallions. Maybe just, maybe, like, Arcane Signet and stuff. Pentad Prism is technically more mana, but I feel like I would want it to always tap for mana. Maybe just play that one. Yeah, Mind Stone's okay. I kind of really want to focus on blue, though. I think the mana rocks have to at least tap for blue. If I'm going to play, I don't want to play colorless ones. Yeah, Stormkiln Artist is a way to give yourself all the mana you're looking for, I guess. Endstone is another... I forgot about Endstone. I really don't like Stormkiln Artist. Every time I play this card, it just feels bad. Every time I put it in my deck, it just feels bad. It's one of those cards where I feel like it's only good if I'm already doing something crazy. And then it just doesn't really amount to much, because I've displayed the ability to do something crazy. But Endstone just draws every cast, right? Play a land or cast a spell, yeah. I don't think I'm in danger of decking out. It does kind of, sort of feel like the Dig Through Time Treasure Cruise that I want, without losing my graveyard. We did end that game with like 12 floating mana. It really does make giant colorless things pretty reasonable, I think. Maybe I should... I was saying giant artifacts like Portal were good, maybe. Alright, no Splash Portal. It's a sorcery. Essence Flux at least an instant. Reflective Rhymekin is in here. I could take out a counterspell. I'm not upset with that. There's not a lot of counterspells in here. I could take out Cyclonic Rift maybe too. Let's just keep playing. I think that we're slowly doing something reasonable. I mean, we did like win our first game where it wasn't over on turn 1 with exploration. So that's promising, right? That has to mean something, surely. Pia Nalar, that's the cast things from Exile one, right? Thopters have haste when you play land from Exile. Yeah. Cast things from Exile, you get Thopters. This is a 2/3. Oh, wow. Look at that. I've only seen this like once or twice. I can't remember what it did. Okay, it didn't do that. That's not a great draw at all. Let's play you. Oh, this is a 2-drop. Oh. I mean, I should wash away it if they give me the opportunity. That is a Thopter. That is a Thopter. That is funny. I'm not going to kill it. I think I like that. It is a mana rock, while also being more than a mana rock. Maybe 1 or 2 more blue-red lands would be good, even if they're tapped, just to make sure I never have that issue. And ideally not replace that issue with lack of a untapped lands. They have not cast their commander. Suppose there's nothing maybe worth casting it with, so they just haven't. Don't worry, opponent, I would not stifle you, buddy. Opponent's respecting Stifle. Or maybe moreover, respecting Tail's End. That one actually is in my deck, to be fair. Alright, so now they'd have to also respect Wash Away after having seen Lightning Bolt cast. They can just cast their commander twice, though. Okay, where they can just not care about their commander, because, again, it doesn't really do anything unless you're exiling stuff. We can play our commander, and then we can do kind of nothing. I almost have infinite red, right? I don't really have much to do with infinite red, but it's almost there. I don't even think I'm countering their commander. Whenever you play a land or yeah, I'm not even gonna. I'd rather like stop the Discover 4. Okay, maybe they just don't cast it at all. Interesting. They swing before they cast spells. Oh, okay, they just haven't answered my commander. Great. Works too. I'm sure eventually I'll play the game. Worry not. I'm sure eventually I'll get to play the game. Yeah, I'm going to take another inventory. At the very least, let me find my land drop. Because I think this game is going to be more than 2 turns. And I also don't have anything to do with Rite of Flame spamming. Quintarius is just kind of a better version of their commander. It's funny. They didn't even cast their commander. They could have. Okay, they do now. But they could have done it before. I'm also dying. Oh, come on! Come on! Come on, man. Okay, well, my bad. Thought we were here to play a game. Nope. Come on. Really? Oh, I'm in shambles. Whatever, dude. Whatever. You got it. Okay. Well, at least it was an exploration. They actually thought about not doing it, too. Come on, man. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, that feels so bad. I really wish that didn't happen to me. Oh, I really wish that didn't happen. I'm upset. I am upset. I might take Sunderflock out. We're not doing this critical mass elemental thing, which has been quite apparent. That is not what we're doing. Also, what is this? Okay, it's like... I think I go right into my commander here. I think. What did my opponent just do? What was that? Hollowed Fountain? Okay. They didn't get a Triome. I'm gonna do take inventories again. Maybe, I have the overflowing insight. Maybe that's not right. Maybe that was wrong. Okay, I'd say with a moderate degree of confidence that was probably incorrect. Okay, I'm swinging. They have something, I don't know what it is, but they're not using it. Yeah, I should have got a Rite of Flame the first time. That's my bad. I didn't, like, register that this card was a thing. Is that Phyrexian Tower? What? Okay, so... You... Might as well just cast it now for the sake of it. Draw some cards. Okay. And then, ideally, next turn, try to become stupid. Is the idea. I mean, it's a 5-color deck on tapping with like 10 mana here, so we'll see. Or at least 6 mana. 7 mana, actually. Okay. A lot more than 7. Don't you love these mono green 5-color decks? Aren't they great? Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4? 4? Up the beanstalk. Uh-oh. Okay. No Fury. They did not swing. I don't know why they didn't swing, but they didn't. Let's play... Rite of Spaghetti. Rite of Spaghetti. Rite of Spaghetti. Oh, that wasn't Rite of Spaghetti. It's alright, we get another one anyways. I guess this was technically free. Because of the card I just cast. Well, you know, I could spend that mana around. You know what I mean? And then shove aside their commander? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Any good elemental, please? I'm just gonna... I don't want to cast that. Okay, that was a good elemental. Alright. Rite of Spaghetti. No. This test for 6. I guess we're gonna twin thingy. Okay, they're over it. I could just win with Godo. Yeah, I win Godo here because this is more than enough mana. But I mean, we also had this. Didn't get to cast it, but cool. I would. This is a spot where if they waited just 2 more seconds, they would know that they're going to lose. But this might be worth waiting, because I could just not do anything, right? I could run out of stuff to do here. But it's kind of hard to. I can see... Huh. It's like the first take inventory was bad. Alright, let me... Back to thinking. More thinking. More thinking required. A tragedy, I know. If I did not have that draw 7... I almost want more islands. That hasn't actually been a significant issue. I don't think I like Sunderflock. It does just not what I want to do, yeah. It's also kind of difficult to cast it, because I don't play 55 elementals. I'm totally fine with another Mana Rock. I still think Stormkiln Artist should just be a Mana Rock. I'm gonna just do that now. It should be a Mana Rock. There's the Talisman, there's the Signet. I think I'm okay with the Talisman. And then I can maybe look at Elementals again. Find one that could be worth playing. Oh yeah, there's this thing. It turns into a land, right? Whenever you cast a blue spell, if it's a creature... It's also... Well, it's double blue. It's a little annoying. But yeah, it's an elemental that turns into a land. So it, like, triggers my commander and is more or less a land. No, that's not true. It's not a land when I need it to be a land, actually. It's only a land on my opponent's turn. Alright, never mind. Still kind of interesting, but I don't have much going on that would make me want this as an island on my opponent's turn. Not really. I do like Master of Waves. That is a funny one. Mono Blue Devotion was a cool deck in Standard during Theros. Let's double team. If you swing with it, you get another one. Is that okay? It's alright, right? I mean, it's not too crazy to be able to hit somebody with this deck. We have a lot of, like, 1-mana removals, so I can actually get in there with a 1/3. Yeah, alright. Could technically also, if my opponent had like 5 1/1s, Kiln Fiend could still sometimes get in there. Crab? What crab? The clue token crab one? Is there an elemental crab? Crab Abomination? Eddie Merch Crab? Never heard of it. Bro, what are these queue times? It's like everyone is in pain from the Super Bowl and no one's playing Magic. So let's say it's a 2-mana 5/5. Oh, this is played in Standard, I think. Yeah, this is a Standard card. I remember this. It is an elemental, I suppose. Enters tapped. Well, yeah, just flash. So let's say it's a 2-mana 5/5. I don't hate this. I don't think I would struggle to cast this for cheap. And it is kind of like a delve card, except I don't have to actually lose my graveyard. That's interesting. It's a bit weird, but it's okay. There are plenty of weird things going on already. I can't really... Oh, right, yeah. I keep thinking the Evoke of Null Drifter is true colorless. I don't know why I keep thinking that. Alright, well, I've been convinced to take out the take inventory in my deck, so there you go. Just take that out. I think it seems like we don't ever do that. We're not out here taking much inventory, which is a good sign, mind you. That's a good sign. I was not expecting that, but Critical Mass with Rite of Flames has done a fairly good job at almost always winning once you have like 5 in your hand, which is kind of surprising. But my sample size is small. Just like my brain. What is this? Oh, this is the Alchemy Fairy? It looks like Flash. Yeah, it's just a black-blue Dimir Flash deck thing. Kiln Fiend is a scary card, too, so people probably just hyperfixate on killing it. So that's ideal, I suppose. I don't feel good about this matchup too well. Alright, Majuka Bog's out of the way. Let's get that Ponder in. Mana Rock? Nope. Whenever... I should just shuffle this. I'm not going to sit there and read that right now. I need more lands and stuff. Don't you dare play Psychic Frog. I will be very upset. I'll be deeply bothered by Psychic Frog. Alright, we did it. Let's discard... All of these are reasonable. I really do not want to get rid of this. I don't want to get rid of that. I'm going to just decline. I'm just going to decline. That's what I'm going to do. And you can't stop me. How does this flip? You just pay blue? I would not be upset if they killed this. Huge. I mean, it's not that great for me, but still. Could be worse. Now the problem is, this has flash. So I might not resolve a card for the rest of this game. In any meaningful sense. That was a good draw. That was a good draw. Another 4-drop. That must, more or less, be answered. Of course, it was answered by probably the best thing imaginable, because now they can just cast their commander. I'm just going to concede to that. Yep. I literally see the writing on the wall. This game is over. If it was a counterspell that didn't let them cast their commander, we could probably still play the game. But that was far and away just the best thing they could possibly ask for. Alright, well, them killing the first creature I played wound up mattering a lot more. So all the perfect answers lined up too well. I could deal with the first one, but the ripple effect of it was way too much. Way too much. I am so far behind. Best to move on. It's not super important or crucial that I play this turn 1, so I'll just get a tapped land here. In fact, it's not even that crucial that I play Faceless Agent, really. I'm surprised I've seen this card as much as I have. A bit surprised at that. This commander is pretty heavily played. Kinda surprised. To be fair, it is green, so you can just do whatever you want. But still. Well, I'm never really all that upset when people counterspell mana ramp instead of the thing you would cast with the mana. I never really go for countering mana rocks here. What does that do? It's just enchantments. Okay, so I can play this. And then pass. Alright, well, hopefully this isn't another game where I just can't stick my commander and it just keeps dying and then I don't really do anything. I'm not stifling that. Hopefully I didn't telegraph Tails in too much there. I might have. I've genuinely just done that. It triggers off itself. I wish it triggered on... Well, no. In this specific spot, I suppose I wish it triggered on cast, but in general, I suppose not. But it looks like they don't have whatever it is they're looking for. Let's go ahead and play you. Oh, come on. I mean, if they have Wash Away, that's just it. I don't know. course. Of course, of course, of course, of course, of course. Maybe it's Force Spike. Nope. I don't know why they think about it so long. Cool. Immediately lost. I can't recast it, and that game is over. A lot of the games, when you play against that deck, the commander doesn't end up doing anything. It is just Sultai good stuff pile. But I'm still surprised I see it as much as I do. I like it. I like playing against that one. More or less, you know, I mean, it still has the capacity to have turn 1 exploration, and then you really can't have much of a game. You just sort of lose. Can't really play against an exploration in this format. Well, I have stuff. It can all come together nicely. Does this reanimate or does it cast for free? It reanimates. So I can't subtlety the targets. It's going to be annoying. That's the one thing Subtlety does, is show itself the entire game. I wonder if I want Commandeer. Maybe? That seems a little crazy, but like this exact spot, Commandeer looks kind of okay. Like in this matchup, in this very specific instance, it looks kind of okay. If this was Commandeer, I mean. They did not grab a Surveillant, which I feel like this deck would like Surveillance, so... Insurrection? It's okay, I guess, I suppose. It's not that exciting. I am not going to discard anything, which is kind of a good sign. Is this a 1-mana removal spell? Of course it is. Let's play you. You. Another removal spell. Oh boy. How exciting. Oh, you don't want to kill this one, opponent? Why not? Isn't it scary? Look at it. Look at it do stuff. Cursed Mirror. Okay. They didn't jumpstart it. They could have jumpstarted it. I suppose I'll see if I can get another copy of this. I do. They have a removal spell, and it's pretty painfully obvious what they're saving it for, so I'm going to make them use it somewhere where they might not want to. Let's just do this and grab a draw 7. I think. I could get a counterspell. I could get a counterspell. No, I'm going to grab a draw 7. I think there's a genuine situation in which I could actually use that, so... Maybe the other draw was going to be better on average. What does that do? Okay. I don't, oddly enough, think I care too much about that card. So, we play our commander, and we proceed to not lose the game immediately. So that's pretty cool. We like those scenarios. But we know of a removal spell. So we're just chilling. I can recast my commander very, very easily. so killing it doesn't look super enticing. Other than doing it, I suppose, specifically with this card. I have to subtlety that because of the terror trigger, not because of its ability. Alright, we did it. Look at that. We actually did it. We played around a removal spell in a spot where they didn't have time to leave it up and cast it. And we... Well, honestly, they could have still just cast it, though. So, kind of interesting. Terror of the Peaks is kind of a strange one. Especially for like a Mardu Reanimator deck. This is a strange one. You have access to some giant nonsense. Surprised to see this here. But I suppose it does let you do the I'll just cast things normally and not just only try to reanimate everything. Which is kind of cool. And then once you have anything else, it gets crazy. But it itself is kind of like eh. But this, yeah, just chooses probably Elemental, which does not matter. Or rather, I should say it chooses Creature, which doesn't matter. This could just stay and play the whole game, and I could very easily beat that. And the problem is, it just kills my commander with terror. It's funny well, they knew of these two, so we Rite of Flame. We're drawing less than 7. We're drawing less than 7, so I should have grabbed the other draw 7. My hand made, at the time, made me think this was the right one, but obviously it wasn't. Okay. Look at that. Played around a removal spell, and it was actually very significant to do that. Played around a removal spell that we knew about, mind you. Which, like, changed the course. That actually, right there, that's a glaring example of when you give your opponent information, because it auto holds priority, it is very significant. Very significant. And I don't think my opponent... It's kind of funny, because like I picked up on the holding priority with 2 mana, but my opponent didn't seem to pick up on me holding priority with 0 mana, so they like weren't thinking about subtlety, because if they were, they might not have cast the 7/7 Angel, and would have just cast the removal spell. So, that's the difference. That was like a perfect example, that game. Perfect example. Someone paying attention to the priority and someone not paying attention to it, and it being an extremely deciding factor. Good learning lesson there. I don't have much to do with my commander, but I'm sure that'll be fine, right? I can hide my hand from... oh, Spaghetti-O discard? Does this deck play Surveil lands? I don't think it does. Probably doesn't want to risk that. Alright, get in there, 2/2. Get in there. Alright, we win. Either they didn't have a land, or maybe they just thought I was too fast to play my commander and they can't do anything about it. Not sure, but yeah, if they only had 2 lands, I assume they just have no Surveil lands, which I don't think I would play really any tap lands, except I guess this one. Kotis does not want to have tap lands in it, so I don't know what happened there. I could have just been too fast, maybe, and they don't want to deal with my commander resolving. Or they don't have a land. I'd rather it be the former. It's unfortunate to have non-games because of mana. Whether it is your opponent playing exploration or not finding lands. Both scenarios kind of tragic. I actually see this Y'shtola way more than the Esper Y'shtola. Kinda interesting. Feels like a pretty sketchy matchup. Walls of counterspells are not ideal, I will say. Oh, please counter this. Please counter this. Oh, I'm not really in the way I meant, but yeah, that works. Yeah, let's just do this. Might as well put it in play. I don't know. It's an awful card to bounce, so they don't want to bounce it. Let's try to cast this. Make it look like I don't have a land. That's okay. Actually, this doesn't do anything. My opponent doesn't care about that. They return, like, the universe to their hand a lot. I could have brainstormed first. Ah, that might have been better. Yeah, I'm wishing I brainstormed first there. What the heck is that? Oh, sure. So, brainstorm now. Okay. Okay. You've now... Okay. Really wish I had a second red source. For a lot of different reasons. Helm of the Host. That's a must counter. That is a must counter. Is this a must counter? No, it's not. They have to counter this. They don't counter it. Okay. Sure. I mean, I'm not upset at all about that one. I just can't lose my hand. I can't lose my hand here. Okay, well that probably just makes me lose. I don't know. Can we not have a bounce spell on top of this stupid counter spell, please? Moderately ideal. Moderately ideal. Alright, now I'll cast my thing. Cast that. No, I have to do this. Oh, okay, well it gave me the wrong mana left, which is not ideal. Make another copy of my commander, which I would argue is somewhat significant. Okay, I have stats, and there's a lot of them. I get another turn with my commander? What if I just Cyclonic Rift it? Good. They're almost just dead to Cyclonic Rift. Alright, what do you do at 1 life when I got Lightning Bolt, I got 3 threats, Helm can make hasting creatures. That was a god tier land to play, given the exact situation. Alright, nice. Nice! Oh, what a good game. Oh! That was a good game, I like that one. I feel like I played that pretty well. Nice, we also, like, got really color screwed for a sizable portion of that game. I think it's better to try to get the commander in play than it is to get Fury. So my opponent did counter what I would say was what I would not counter and just let it go. Just let the 1/3 go here and let me have my commander or whatever. But they didn't do that. Now, to be fair, it is their only blue source, so if they don't do it, then they probably can't counter this, so you might as well counter it. But nice. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, did I already answer Insurrection? I don't know if I did. It's only good against... Well, Insurrection in that game wouldn't have done anything. Most of the time, I don't like Insurrection. You have one opponent, you can't decide if they have a bunch of creatures. It's an 8 mana funny... No, I don't like Insurrection. Lightning Greaves is okay. It's okay? It's okay, I guess. There's not many reasons to... It does mean my... I could take out Essence Flux, I guess? That was like the first time Helm of the Host was just chilling. Yeah, I could take out Essence Flux, because I can't play that with Lightning Greaves, obviously. Lightning Greaves is fine, I guess. I don't think it solves my problems, but... Yeah, I haven't seen Grinning Ingus. No mana rock. Alright. I mean, these two are good together, I guess. What is this? It's Titania. Oh, it's Titania. Oh, no. Well, I don't know. Ugh. I'm not even sure if I should have cast that. Both sides of it jumpstart or trigger this. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have cast this, actually. I don't know why I did. It's not a major incentive ever to cast it. Now what? Play the Grinning Ingus, I guess? Yeah. Just run it out. It's just going to be picked up, and then I can do this. This is like the last turn to do it, lest it die in the future. And I'm not really interested in blowing this up with Strangle. Not really interested. Okay, I have to actually read this. Add colorless red. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They made a mistake? What happened? Okay, I don't know what the mistake was. Oh, they paid 2 to make one, and I guess they didn't have a land? That doesn't seem like a big deal, though. I mean, you're still fine. You're a mono green deck. You're still fine. You're completely fine here. You don't, even if you accidentally made one for no reason, I think you're totally fine. Trust me. Okay, well, I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, mono green players auto conceding right when they don't have perfect ramp. Look at that. Pretty sure my opponent was just kind of okay. We had things to do next turn, but so would every opponent most of the time? I don't think they... I don't know. I don't know. Do I? I mean, it's close. It's close. It's probably there. I just haven't seen it, so I can't say yes to that. But I am not saying no. I saw my opponent mouse over their hand. I keep calling this glub. Oh, there it is. Seen a lot of cavernous souls today, and I have not been one of them. I'm almost tempted to just witness protection that, but it does require you sacrifice goblins, so I'm not terribly upset with that notion. I think I'm gonna take a second to just not play my commander. I would rather my opponent commit something. I'm also gonna shove aside the prospector. Yeah. Ashling, interesting. Yeah, we're gonna shove this aside. That should go. It's basically killing a men-at-orc. It also frees up this game from 10,000 years of priority holding from the opponent. It's a plus. We like pluses here. They shocked themselves? Okay, you're killing this 2-2. I would love to see you kill this 2-2. They did shock themselves. Please kill this 2-2. Oh, alright. They shocked themselves for no reason. Beautiful. Free damage. Just how we drew it up. Okay. I think I'm just gonna cast my commander. And grab the first copy of Rite of Spaghetti. And swing. Maybe slightly disincentivize the block. But I expect my commander to die this turn. Alright, they didn't flip this. I mean, we know of a counter or removal spell. They just changed their mind on casting. Not really sure why. Okay, yep. Go figure. Of course, I can't keep anything dead. That was not a land, which is abysmal. Do I witness protection their commander? Probably not. I don't think so. Yeah, it's as good as it's gonna get. Yeah, all the commanders in this set are just kind of fine for Historic Brawl. Okay, they did not sacrifice it. They did not sacrifice it to Skirk Prospector. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I'm going to assume it's a bad thing because they didn't do it. But we shall see. There's still what I think is a 2-mana removal spell. Chilling in there. They could have been this card, but I think this is some kind of 2-mana removal spell. Okay, well, Gut is very annoying. That is Menace? Yeah, it does. Oh, look, they found a way to sack their commander. Crazy. Who would have guessed? Imagine leaving up Tailzone. Unfortunately, I can't do these in the good order. I don't think I have what I need to win here. No, I don't. Well, I'm still casting it. Yeah, the second removal spell is just going to get me, and I'm going to just lose. Or I could just die, even if they don't have it. A bit surprised to not see them swing with every card in play right now. It's odd. Alright, well, surely you don't have what you need to close it out. There's only one card left. I was fairly confident they had a removal spell, but I guess not. Oh, I'm just dead. Oh, I'm an idiot. Alright, yeah, math. Okay, there was no way I could keep my commander. Alright, yeah, whatever. I thought for some reason that was only 9 damage. I thought Gut was a 1/1. Or, I guess a 2/2 because of the artifact that would buff it. Yeah, I didn't know that was lethal. I didn't see Gut stats. Again, there's nothing I can do. I can't lose my commander and continue. It's just over. I forgot this is in my deck. Well, you can go away. Haven't seen that one. I love how I keep getting Cavern at like the games where it just doesn't do anything. Which is most of the time. But I just haven't had it in a game where it does do something. Do I cast an elemental next turn? I kind of don't think I do. I don't know. Oh look, they have the best card in their entire deck. Crazy. I think I'm going to... this at least does something when I cast it. I'm just going to grab the land. I'm just going to grab the land. Oh, it does trample. Oh, of course it does trample. Okay. Roaming Throne it is. Okay. Now I have to do mono red impossible stuff. Good old hardened skills. Is there really no way to get another mana? I guess it wouldn't matter anyways. It wouldn't matter. Ah. Hardened Scales. 1 in 99. Well, you know, just playing some elementals. Nothing new. Except this commander, I guess, is technically new. That was a game where I did do nothing in the first 2 turns. Probably should have just mulliganed. I literally did nothing twice against a mono green deck of all things. I say it all the time, you can't do nothing for 2 turns. You kind of just lose instantly. At least Roaming Throne has been moderately scary. It does not cast as an elemental, unfortunately. I will absolutely take the time to not let this be a thing. Okay, never mind. Silly me. Silly me. That was probably one of the better draws possible. Let's name Elemental again. Yeah, this was probably one of the better draws possible. Yeah, it's like 2 days old. 3 days or something. Alright, maybe I stopped them long enough. I don't know. Wow, Vexing Bauble? Well, that would have stopped Fury, funny enough. Alright, looks like we just win. Unless there's a counter spell, but it could just be sacking the Vexing Bauble. I don't really know what it could be. Also, maybe I should have done more math here. Wait a minute. 4... 5... Okay, I can actually lead with this and just see first. Okay, sweet. We did it. We did it. We stopped their commander for 6 years, and then they couldn't do anything. Yo-yo. Yo, 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 yo. Yeah. Let's see. This is weird. Forgot it was even in here. Yeah, no. I think there's just better changelings than that thing, honestly. Un, yeah, stopping commanders for 5 years. Yep, usually. Usually. Well, it depends, though. What if you have nothing to do for 5 years? It might actually equal out. I could put, like, Ponder back in or something. Still don't think I like Mystical Tutor. I really don't hate Ponder. It lets you keep hands that you otherwise can't. And I am all about that. Preordain's okay. Like, cantrips are fine. They're fine. Yeah, we should... you're never upset when you just put cantrips in your deck. You're really just not. Yeah, I took out elementals, but the cantrips can help me find the good elementals instead of, like, 3-mana draft fillers. Which we're already kind of drowning in those, I feel. I have absolutely no idea what this is. When it attacks, attach equipment to it, and then amass orcs. Okay. That is a hand that I cannot keep. This hand is not doing anything, actually. This hand is not doing anything. Oh boy. This hand is Brainstorm. I'm sure that'll get us somewhere. Well, no need to Brainstorm lock myself. You cannot have that card. That was a... I mean, this is as good as I could conceivably ask for from a mulligan to 5. But it does, at the end of it all, kind of have nothing to do. Blade of 5/5-ness? Sure. Alright. Commander's in play. I really don't want to take inventory, but I have nothing to do, so I'm gonna take inventory. Especially if it dies. I like, really have nothing to do. Oh look, it's gonna die. Wow, crazy. Who would have guessed? Certainly not me. That's an interesting one. Elemental, do I cast it? No, there's no reason to cast it. It doesn't even block. Does this have haste? It does not have haste. Alright, I guess I'm asking the question of, do you have more removal? If so, the game is now over. I would argue. I don't know. I have a 2-minute draw to take with me to next game. Okay, well, I can play this. I should play this. And then still lose? Well, it looks like that is the case. Alright. Well, that would have been nice, but... Brainstorm... yeah, there's... I don't know. I got nothing. I could probably cast the other, like the actual elemental, but that, I mean, what am I even doing? The take inventories, as we see almost every game, are too slow. But if the Rite of Flames aren't doing anything, I might as well take inventory. But it's not really a good place to be, I feel. Okay. What is that pile? That has to go away. Oh look, it's a green 1-drop. That solos your opponent. I'm going to just Witness Protection it. This is... okay. Oh, look. Undo my removal spell. Great. Glad that happened. And now we have a counterspell. Or rather, you don't even need a counterspell because I just, like, die next turn to their commander. I didn't die. You have Ephemerate? Of course you do. Of course you do. We hit the non-legendary one? Okay, I didn't somehow die, I guess. I don't know. So, now what? I should probably see what this is going to do before I do anything else. Okay, it didn't quite help me. So I can grape shot stuff, and I think I like have to grape shot stuff. So, like, it's not even. I have to do this because I can't let them untap. But then I'm kind of out of stuff, so. Let's go ahead and kill one of these. But I can stop them from casting their commander, I guess? Right? So 1, 2, 3. I lost track how many I have. Okay. didn't die to their commander, and I guess I can kill it, and they can't recast it. But I have no cards. Alright, I can't believe that. I cannot believe that. They undid my removal spell, double mana dork. They didn't make 55 Aangs, I guess, and then I actually... This is the second time where just a value grape shot had won the game, which is just so nuts to me. That's actually insane. Having never really had a commander that made me feel like this was a possibility is just crazy. But I did have nothing. Like, this swings for 10, and then I don't have anything. So they could just chill for a while and take a little bit of damage, but not even that much damage, because there's still a 4/4 sitting there. I think there's more game to be played if they just wait and play cards. I really do. But it doesn't take that much for me to start to draw things, kind of. I could maybe start getting take inventories, which feels slower than my opponent recasting Aang, but it is kind of the only thing I can do. I don't know. I think there's still more game to be played if they're willing to wait. There is a 4/4 I can't kill. What is all this? Oh, it's from the Mastery Pass. 4 mythics. Cool. I don't recognize that as a one of the things you would get before. Does it have a day on it? 38 days. It's so annoying. I don't know. Like, right when... I just don't like how this is here. I feel like I'm playing a different game that isn't Magic. Like, really? Magic the Gathering has a release cycle so fast that, like, this is here at 38 days. Lorwyn just came out. So weird to me. Just saturate the market so much, man. What's the next set? I can't remember. What's the next set? Is it the Ninja Turtle one? Or is that 2 sets out? Oh, I got Meek Attack. Meek Attack is kind of okay in here. Oddly enough, right? It's power and toughness 5. Total power, toughness 5. Mirror Form doesn't work with creatures entering, because my commander is the only one that has an ETB. Yeah, value grape shot. Yeah, it's not usually how you win. Not normal. Storm of Memories. If it is a storm card, I'm missing it because it has storm, and that's not. What is this? Oh. Ugh. Type in the whole stupid name. Have to type the whole card. Exile an instant or sorcery with 3 or less from your graveyard. But this is the same with Mystic's Mastery. You just reset the Rite of Flames. It's the same as Mystic's Mastery. You exile all of them, and then the first one makes 2 red. It doesn't make 15. Also, if I'm going crazy, I don't need to recast all the Rite of Flames. I can just not do that. Yeah, I would not play that card. I wouldn't play that. I wouldn't play the better one of that. I wouldn't play... I probably don't think I even like... What is the thing? 1,000-Year Storm? I don't even think I like 1,000-Year Storm. I almost want more giant colorless things. Like where Grape Shot just won that game, I feel as though it could have just been Portal to Phyrexia, which actually would have arguably been a bit worse. So, well, when it storms, you target Rite of Flames, and then the first one would resolve, exile it, and... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, you're right. You're right. It would exile one, you'd cast it, and then you would get as much mana as you would have Rite of Flame. And then you would exile the next one, because they exile in order. And then you cast it immediately. So, yeah, each one gives less then it's reverse Rite of Flames. You would get red mana less and less for each one, which is still a ton of red mana. But there's a reason I'm not playing Omniscience anymore. But yeah, it would give you mana or draw 15 cards with Take Inventory. Wrong of Flames? I would not play Rite of Flames. You know, I actually already talked about Rite of Flames. So, I would not play that. If I was more in on that stuff, I guess, maybe. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm just saying it's not the best idea. Also, Eddie Merc Crab has not been discounted nearly as much as I want it to be. Excuse me. I think I'm going to take it out. It feels like it's trying to do something that I'm not doing. Yeah, I mean, I'll probably, just like the GOAT deck, probably play this more than once and do something that's closer to mono red next time. But I'm not going to do that right now. Really, it doesn't feel like much changes other than throw in the Burgee pile. It doesn't feel like... It doesn't even feel like Burgee does anything. Like, you're Rite of Flame spamming anyways. I don't... Unless, of course, we're doing a 1,000-Year Storm thing. I think Fabricate is a good idea. Fabricate. I'm going to try Fabricate. Do we have Tinker yet? Where's Tinker? We need Tinker. I want my Tinker. I would say Goats... Well, I don't know. I think when it comes to storming off, Goats is way more fun. But I don't hate this. I just wish the format had, like, you could play Take Inventory twice or 4 times and have, like, a game. But, like, the format doesn't... You don't... There's no time. You just lose. Every time I've started making Take Inventories, I've lost. Every single time. I thought about the medallions, talked about the medallions already. They don't discount that much. They do discount my commander, right? I'm never really upset with that. I don't know if the red one's better than the blue one. I would say it probably is. Yeah, I would say it probably is, but as time goes on and cards come in and out, medallions lose and gain value. They're kind of just a headache to think about. But they do discount the commander, I guess. They discount Take Inventory, the blue one, so I can just do 1 blue each time. But I don't think that fixes the Take Inventory issue that Take Inventory has. It almost feels like it's a commander that wants to be either or and never wants to have just one, which makes sense. That does make sense. It just seems as though the Rite of Flames is a lot better than the Take Inventory. Suppose that makes it... give it at least a definitive 2 different core ways of playing it, other than whatever I've been doing, I guess. There's not a lot of good mana sinks in red, no. I'm not going to Banefire somebody. I haven't come close to 25 red or anything like that. There's some interesting X spells. What is it? Expansion Explosion? I can't remember the name of it. Although that is not a mono red card. I think it's called Expansion Explosion. Yeah. So it's kind of interesting, I guess. It's double blue, though. Kind of struggling to get that blue mana in those turns. Yeah, I mean, I would probably end up playing a mono blue version just to try the take inventory side of it. Have a bunch of counter spells and stuff. But we'll see. We'll see. For now, I'm just going to stay in the middle, and I'm almost done anyways today. I'm just going to stay in the middle. But I like how these commanders have... Well, okay, to be fair, I don't think the Goat Napper has a bunch of different ways of playing it. It just happens to be, like, you know, the greatest commander ever printed. Are we getting wildcards for the alchemy nerfs? No idea. Absolutely no idea. Probably. They usually give people wildcards for any kind of nerf ever. So, probably. I don't think Baral helps us either. No, it doesn't discount Rite of Flames. It doesn't discount Rite of Flames. I feel as though getting another payoff isn't... You know what I really realistically should do is just add more Mana Rocks. Mana Rocks are fine. Or the ones that tap for color mana. I still don't feel great about Pentad Prism. I really don't think I like Pentad Prism. I almost like Chromatic Lantern, because having, like, infinite blue and red is always ideal. It turns all your mountains into blue sources, I guess. It doesn't matter that much. I looked through all the elementals like 10 times. I'm sure there is a random elemental that's worth running. I don't want to run out of elementals. Can't take all of those out. I probably have too few, to be honest with you. But I don't like most of my options. And no, we talked about Urabrask earlier. I don't think this is a deal 1 damage 5 times kind of deck, because that's all it would really do. Like, I cast, what, Grape Shot for 7, you take 7, deal 7. I don't... And then flip it, you take 3. I think that's more of a Ruby Storm card, which this commander does do. I'm just not in that direction. For another day. Bronze Walrus. That's too ridiculous to be made up, so I believe you. That is a cool art. That's neat. Oh man, that's a really cool character design. Oh. I mean, honestly, the elementals are kind of the worst chunk of the deck there. I could just play the funny thing here. Just boop. What was I even looking for? What did I do? Why was I thinking? What was all that thinking for? I added Mana Rocks. Why did I come in here? What was I doing? I have no idea. Maybe take out the One Ring? Actually, we have enough Mana Rocks, so I could probably just casually slide it in Paradox Engine. Flood of Tears has done nothing. It has done nothing. Not really a surprise. There's 2 Goat Napper VODs. I think the first one was a better deck, but the second one was a better game. I think the second time I played it, it was crazier. But I think the first one was, like, definitively a better deck. What the heck is the mechanist? Is it the Mechanist or Mechanist? Mechanist? Whenever you cast a thing, you get stuff. Until the end of turn, your stuff becomes things. Okay. Alright. Being on the draw against the blue deck, not where you really want to be. But can't have it all. I'd say it's a cool commander. It doesn't have expiration in it. And let's play this thing. This is the... every time, actually. This is the third or fourth time I just haven't looted with it. I think that's coincidence, because normally I would say that's not the case. This is the first time I flipped it, though. So, cast... oh wait, I can't. Alright. I'm not going to play into Counterspell, that seems obscene. Looks like they didn't have it. Oh, it could be Tail's End. It could be a Tail's End. It was a Tail's End. Did they just counter the wrong trigger? They did not. Alright. I would have felt kind of bad for them if they did. It'd be a shame to see they game end in that way. So, if they have Wash Away, I guess I lose. I suppose. Yeah, this card is pretty good. Wow. Do I lose? No, I don't. I can do it again and again and again because of the other thing in play. And we're just passing. Man, this thing is good. Wow. I haven't actually, like, got to use it. Alright, that's a really good card for my opponent's deck there. I will say. Let's cast you. Rite of Spaghetti. Okay, now there's a counterspell. Does that mean they just drew it? It had to have meant that. Sure, I can't write a flame in response or anything, sure. I have actually not resolved Ashling yet. Haven't had that happen. So I can cast these. Wait, how do they have more? Oh, the tokens they made. Okay, that's a... Okay, yeah. You got it. Okay. Alright, well, they get another turn, but they only have 2 cards in their hand. Famous last words. Am I swinging? No, I'm not. The game is not about dealing 5 damage. I'm gonna just do my best to not die to whatever they could or could not do. It's not about hitting my opponent for 5. Whenever you cast a non-creature... Okay. This is the most I have ever seen Academy Manufacturer do. But to be fair, really all it is doing is giving treasure tokens. For the most part. It's kind of giving clue tokens, I guess, but I don't think the food tokens matter. Like, this is an amazing scenario for it, and I'm still not, like, blown away with what it's done. Feels like it needs even more steps than just making tokens. But they could see slightly more cards than it otherwise would. That is a good sign. I think. Okay, let's play... What do you have to pay for this? Red? I think I pay red. I can reasonably get rid of that land. Let's play an island. Let's play this card. Can we stop having counters, please? Oh, okay. I'm not gonna lie, that's not the end of the world, but a little annoying. Oh, maybe it was the end of the world. Wow, okay. That's actually extremely annoying then. Never mind. Yeah. Okay. I'm sure I'll get to play the game eventually. Of course. Yep, why not? So this nets 1 mana at least? I don't know if it's worth casting. Yeah? Yeah, I should cast it as soon as possible before I do other things. Ugh. Whatever. Can I have anything resolve this game? Guess not. Whatever. I'm over it. Stupid. Alright, well, that's the first time I've ever seen manufacturer be good. Of course, it's against me in this nonsensical scenario. One is like doing literally nothing without it. But whatever. I have like 10 answers in my deck to it, too. I have a ton of answers. Nothing I cast resolved. Wall of counterspells. Boring. It's only boring when I'm not the one doing it. Otherwise, it's great. Had to make sure they do it in their end step. Or my end step. Had to make sure. Don't know why, but alright. There's a lot of reasons to brainstorm right now, so... Didn't find any. Typical. Let's get rid of these two. Yep. Anything but Growth Spiral? Oh, it's Growth Spiral. Great. I think I'll take a land. Yeah, I'll take a land. Okay. This is an instant? Okay, good to know. Doesn't really change that much. Can I cast my commander and expect to, like, play the game still? Not really. Not really. I'm going to take the Overflowing Insight and try to assume something's going to happen with it. I need, ideally, at least one of my elementals. My deck does have a bunch of them. Would be ideal, to say the least. Okay, that's a problem. You should always swing here. They do not swing. Not a good sign that they didn't swing there. I found an elemental. Look at us. Look at us go. Look at us get there. So, cast the One Ring? Wait a minute, I have to think. 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5? Can I? So, Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now we're just hoping we get something that allows us to stay alive for the next turn, assuming I have another turn. Let's get rid of a land. I could just die here. There's like a ton of cards that kill me. Where the One Ring, I suppose, more or less could have saved me from those cards. But it seems a little reckless to play around all of that. Okay, you got it. I'm glad I put thought into my plays. Whatever. Looks like nothing mattered anyways. I needed to play the One Ring. Which feels kind of bad. Actually, it feels awful to play the One Ring there, yeah. But whatever. Silly me. Blue-green. Doesn't care about anything you're doing. Doesn't care. Can I keep this hand? I don't think so. Can I? Okay. I guess. Can't wait to have all this fun against Rofellos again. I'm going to just strangle the Llanowar Elves and assume that's going to be a good idea. There's not much to strangle beyond Mana Dorks anyways, so might as well. I can Grape Shot this, but that doesn't save me that much value. I'm just going to Lightning Bolt. Again, it's the same logic. It's the same logic. But here's the exact turn where everything I was just trying to do doesn't matter. Yep. Typical. Typical. Also, I didn't draw a land. This is not a land. I guess I have to cast it anyways, but it's not a land on my turn. You can swing with the symbiote. Doesn't matter. Opponent doesn't do that. I mean, they're down to one card. I don't know what you want from me, but they're down to one card. So, don't know what to tell you. It's either a land or an untapped spell of some variety. I did not draw a land. This gives me one Rite of Flame, which I can't use. I mean, I'm extremely close to exploding, but I don't know. It's still Rofellos. All that early interaction didn't even stop anything. I'm going to assume that's what they drew, so this card is still the same. I don't know what it is. It's probably a land, but it could also just be some protection spell or something. Alright, well I got to my turn, so... This is not an elemental, right? No. It'd be poetic to explode the Rofellos player. Alright, we did it. Apparently they don't have anything. I almost clicked the wrong card. That would have been tragic. Sweet. I just dunked on a Rofellos. I mean, you could see where, like, my early removal didn't really do anything. It doesn't... I mean, on average, I think it kind of does, but in this game, it didn't, and I was vulnerable to any completely stupid thing off the top. I mean, look at my opponent kept, though. Like, this is the state of Historic Brawl, where your Rofellos player can keep this and still reasonably win. Because just like Azusa, when Azusa was the card that was played instead of Rofellos before it came out, it just could keep ridiculous nothingness because all it needs is one card. And there's like 55 of those one-card nuclear bombs you could just draw, and the game is just over. But they didn't draw any of them. In this spot, there are some decks that could like interact with the nuclear bomb. We're not really one of them, but something to think about. I could have just flame slashed this, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna if anyone didn't know, we're gonna do this forever, and then cast the Grape Shot for 25. Okay, that's a good note to end on. I am taking that. I'm cashing out with a Rofellos win with the Kitten Storm package thing there. It's kind of just like sad. That whole game I was doing things kind of, and it still felt like I wasn't really a part of it. It just kind of feels bad that that happens. But that's just the nature of it, you know. You're trying to do whatever this is trying to do, and your opponent just has like a 2-mana card that taps for 5, and you just lose. Right? You have to do all these things to generate mana with Rite of Flame and stuff, and your opponent just taps a 2/1 and generates more mana than you could ever do with Rite of Flame. It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous, but alright. So there are a lot of different things this commander's trying to do, which kind of surprises me. I'm not a bit blown away that Take Inventory is not great. I ended up actually taking out the Take Inventory in here, because every single time I basically ever conjured in Take Inventory, I just lost. So the game is like too fast to try to start taking inventory. So you need to be kind of all in on Take Inventory for it to be good, and that's okay. There's probably some kind of mono blue version of this commander that just does that, and that was not what this was. It does have that same problem where you need elementals in your deck to start doing stuff, and a lot of elementals are just not really that great. I'm sure there's some that I wasn't running that like, oh, why not try them? But, like, there are a lot of elementals. You know, on the bright side, at least with goats, you're not expecting all the goats to be good. And there's actually so few goats that it, you know, to be surprised any were good at all. But you, no, I'm not talking about my deck. But yeah, it doesn't help that the list I was playing made Take Inventory difficult to spam, I guess. You could, but again, I wasn't all in on Take Inventory, nor was I all in on Rite of Flame. But Rite of Flame casts itself, so it doesn't have the same issue. But yeah, like the elemental options and the changeling options, I just don't like most of them. They're okay, like you could just put this in your deck. It is funny that every time I've seen this commander from an opponent, they've had this thing, which picks itself up forever, or they've had, like, this, which flips and gives you card advantage and mana and stuff, or, what's the other one? The Mana Rock one is nice, the Mana Dork one. Like, every time I see this, they have just one of the really good elementals, and they don't have all the funny random chaff, which just goes to show that there are not a lot of elementals, just like there's not a lot of goats, that this loves to have. But unfortunately, with this, like, unlike the goats, you have to cast them. You can't just have them discount the rest of your stuff, which would be, you know, okay, I guess. No, I never went off with this card. I did almost, but my opponent conceded before I cast it. But it was at like 13. I was almost going to do it. But no, I didn't end up doing that. Yeah, but with infinite red mana, which is just the only thing that felt like was a reasonable line, was going into the Rite of Flames, which I didn't know which one was going to be a thing. I was planning on having both be an option, just it was not the case. So it seems like Rite of Flame is the vastly superior way of playing it. So if I do play this again, which is pretty likely, I'll be more Mono Red Storm, Ruby Medallion, Ral, Zarek kind of thing, and see where that takes us. I haven't quite seen that, but I think that's probably more reasonable. It doesn't look, at least in my head, look that different than this. Maybe just like less counter spells and random funny things. But it's roughly going to wind up being the same, just a little bit more geared all in on the Rite of Flame. But I would also like to try some kind of Take Inventory of this. But the problem is, like, with, let's say, mono blue version, which really, the color screw of take inventory spam isn't the issue, nor would it have been the issue. That wasn't the issue. The issue here was trying to cast 5 Rite of Flames all at once, and then having enough blue to do anything else, right? And not specifically 5 take inventories. It's like, oh, I have all these Rites of Flames, but then I can't really cast Overflowing Insight, because it's triple blue. So you could play just giant colorless things, like the Endstone. Portal to Phyrexia's kind of okay, I guess, and just go more in that line. But let's say if we're not doing like Ruby Storm or whatever, is something in the middle like this, maybe that makes sense. But being down the middle did not work. Your deck really is not interested. Rather, I would say, maybe the format in general, you're not really interested in doing both in the same game. And you're not capable, in my opinion, of pivoting, where Rite of Flame number 6 through 50 don't do anything, so you start to maybe take inventory. That's extremely unrealistic and also slow. So, like, if you have, for some reason, cast... Actually, how many? Yeah, I don't even have... That's another thing here. I don't have critical mass of elementals. So many elementals are like draft fillers, and it's so hard to get them. Like, we're not 5 colors. We don't have the other 3 colors of elementals. You struggle to... Like, you're gonna run out of elementals. You know what I mean? So, like, if you're going half and half, you're gonna run out of cards. You're gonna run out of Rite of Flame conjures. You're gonna run out of inventories. It's not great when that happens to you. And yeah, one takeaway is Grape Shot for 7 was good. I think twice. Grape Shot value won me games. I've never seen that ever. It's not really why you would ever play Grape Shot, but I had Grape Shot win games in which it did not go face. That is extremely rare, but here it felt possible. It does kind of... It's not too crazy, but it is funny that happens. Like, you have all these Rite of Flames and Grape Shot in your hand. You're like, I might as well Grape Shot for 7 and just kill my opponent's stuff. Like, even if after you do that, you don't actually have anything left at all, your opponent might still concede, and that happened to us like 2 or 3 times. But if those games continued, I could still lose those games. So while it looked good and our opponent was over it, you can still just lose. They can just start playing lands again, or let's say you killed mana dorks that were important or something and set them far back. You don't have like this massive board state to like close the game out super, super fast if you dumped your hand to Grape Shot for 10 and it wasn't like lethal or anything. So there is that. But it was cool to see that, I suppose. But yes, take inventory felt way too slow. When I play this again, it's definitely going to be Rite of Flame, and I just don't think there's a take inventory version of this commander. It's maybe worth trying. It's not off the table for me. I mean, you know me, I would like to try it, but I'm just not seeing it. Especially as mono blue, like counter spells and stuff, because these are sorceries. I suppose you only really need to cast one of them, but the only way in my head that I can see this being a take inventory style thing is like Sapphire Medallion, Baral, Goblin Electromancer, I guess, making them cost 1. Paradox Engine 1 ring, which would just go into the Rite of Flame one anyways, the red one. But it seems like I'm doing this weird convoluted version of Katara as a commander, where Katara just plays the game on your opponent's turn, and all they have to do is cast the first take inventory, that is literally Katara, and then cast spells on your opponent's turn, and all of the spells... This is basically exactly what Katara reads. It's a 2-mana take inventory, and when you cast spells on your opponent's turns, those spells become take inventories in your graveyard, like the experience counters. And then all you have to do is swing with the first take inventory you played, which is Katara. and then you swing with it, and all of the take inventories trigger. And they trigger more than once, because they keep triggering. So, or rather, you know what I mean, the take inventory that you played the first time, the Katara, is cast repeatedly for 0 mana every time you swing it. So, literally what this would try to do is just Katara. It is literally what Katara is. Katara is just a take inventory deck. Just all of your spells in your opponent's turn are the take inventories. So I don't know if that... I mean, you could have the same thing in different commanders. It's just here is really weird because you need a 3/3 in play that costs 4, and then you need to cast elementals to get the take inventories, and then you need to draw something significant that isn't simply more elementals. Like, oh yeah, I drew 5 cards, I played 5 elementals, I drew 25 cards, I played 10 elementals. Like, the elementals are not the payoff. They're just kind of the enabler. If they were the payoff, that would be great. Some of them are good. Fury, Subtlety, some of them are actually good. But most of them aren't. So they can't really be your quote-unquote payoff. So you're better off just playing Katara as the literal take inventory commander. So that just leaves us with Rite of Flame. And there is definitely a Rite of Flame deck. Basically, every time I've seen this commander, it seems all about Rite of Flame for the opponent. However, I haven't seen a wide range of elementals. It's just like the same 4 to 5 elementals every time I see it, and they happen to be like far and away the best elementals to play. You could probably do a fling thing. I did have Kazul's Fury in here and just like fling this, but if you go absolutely insane, you can fling this. It gives you a definitive way to win if you Paradox Engine 1 ring spam and draw your whole deck. Because this has Prowess and Trample. You probably don't even need to fling it because it has Trample. So it's a cool commander. I'll give it that. It's a cool commander. We've had some pretty cool commanders that aren't like destroying the format or anything, right? It's actually kind of cool. I like that. The Lorwyn set didn't break the game, and rather have these. These are designed pretty well. I think so. It's a pretty cool commander. It's another one of those commanders I kind of wish was almost just printed on paper. But you can't conjure cards. Design space would be a little weird. Tokens in your graveyard would have new rulings, I suppose. But yeah, the elemental thing is the biggest crutch of this. Just like the goats are the biggest crutch of the goat deck. But the affinity for goats is a lot more substantial than every time you cast an elemental, you get the actual spell you're looking for. It's a lot different. So I would say the goat deck is just better than this one. At least so far. But yeah, next time it's definitely going to be mono red. Yeah. Or at least mono red with, like, you know, keep the kitten in the deck still. It's not like you still need an island to cast this. You know, you still like the absolute best blue cards or something like that. But for the most part, just like all in red. Yeah, no more Zatalpa or Emrakul the Promise End. I got close to casting Giant Eldrazi. I did, but I was teetering off at like 9-ish mana with Rite of Flame spam. So it's kind of hard to do that. And it's all red mana, so even if it was, you know, a giant blue spell, I can't really do that, or it's like colorless cards or red cards. I guess if this was technically a Jeskai commander, Zatalpa would be difficult to cast, just as an example, because it's got double white, so it's actually kind of hard. But man, I wish it was green, just like Iroh. I wish all the Storm decks were green. I wish this was Teamer. I wish the Goat Napper was Jund. Green would just catapult these commanders. Oh, they would catapult these commanders into a much higher degree of viability, and that would be cool. I don't think they would break the game, unless, of course, you were doing the mono-green thing and just had, like, a do-nothing commander, but it would be nice to have just the green mana to do this. Like, if this was 2 turns faster, it would be so much better. So much better. And Exploration Burgeoning would kind of let you do that. This would be so much better. And you would get access to some pretty good cards in green, too. Like a Floral Hedron or whatever. Like, there's some pretty solid green elementals, honestly. You probably could even just cast Endurance. You could just put all of them in here. Yeah, Yeah, it would be nice. But you can see this from me trying to play Clothis. This is going way back, but I used to play Clothis, the 3-mana god, as a Storm Commander, and just have like the treasure spam and all that jazz, and then the green mana to do all this stuff, and that was one of my favorite decks. And I'd never seen anyone do anything like it until Iroh showed up, and then is now just that thing, but an actual commander that's more in on that thing. And I do really like Iroh, so yep. Just they all can't be green though. They all can't be green. Kind of tragic. They should let you just play green cards anyways, even if your commander isn't green, because it's just like the green decks are just, oh man, they're just so much better than any other color right now. It's crazy. Kind of tragic, but it is what it is. It is what it is. The rich get richer, right? All right, that's it. So let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.